Okay. You gotta get, that's okay. You're good there, but it's taking a second. Hi everyone, welcome to Staples High School, where tonight the Staples Wreckers, the boys basketball team, will be taking on the Darien Blue Wave, which is going to be a pink out night, and it's also we're likely expecting a historic night tonight, as Sam Placco will likely become the 9th all-time player for Wreckers to score 1,000 points. And for the pregame, for our first half, I have here with me the cheerleading squad coach, head coach, Matia Berti. Coach Berti, how are you?
Hi, good. How are you?
Oh, I'm great. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
We have so much to talk about, but I want to start with, when I think about Wrecker Spirit, I always think about you guys. We had so much conversation about that. But talk about, cheerleading squad, the spirit, and just what you guys are representing the school.
So this year, going into my second season as head coach, I think I know that as a coach, I put a much bigger emphasis on our role as overall spirit ambassadors for this school, and not just the football team and the basketball team, and really just about who we are in our uniforms and out of our uniforms, and how our job is to be positive energy everywhere we go. And It's our job, even when it's hard, that's what we do. And I put a big emphasis on our team for that this year, and I think we lived up to it. We're living up to it.
I think you certainly are, and it's interesting because I think it's easy to cheer when the gym's full. But when the gym is empty, it's not so easy, right? But I see you guys still do it. But how has the season been going for you guys?
It's actually, I think you were here last week we had a game and the gym wasn't so full, but we actually, after the game, we were all reflecting about it. We were we had so much fun. We just had so much fun, just kind of letting loose a little bit, letting our normal bigger crowd. It was actually a lot of fun. But things have been going really well. We have our first competition tomorrow for our competition team. So we're right in the middle of basketball season, game day, and we also have our competition season starting tomorrow. So very busy.
Yeah, and talk a little bit about the competition. How different? I mean, I hope I don't know if all of our viewers are totally understand you guys don't just cheer a game. There's competitions all going on. But how is competition different than regular cheer? Can you go through that a little bit?
Yeah, I think one of the things that the way I think it's really easy for people to understand is that the competition team is a group of girls who try out. They make the cheerleading team, and then they try out again within the team to be on the competition team. And the competition team really is a chance for the athletes who want to go out there and perform for themselves and do something for themselves. And it has a different meaning behind it than game day cheering. And we love both equally, which we're very lucky that we love game day so much. We love both equally, but competition team is really, it's special. That's the athletic part of it.
Yeah, and you guys start that tomorrow, right? Tomorrow. What's that competition tomorrow about?
So tomorrow we start in North Haven. We go to 4 local competitions that we can just go to any ones we want. And then, tomorrow's our first of the 4 locals. And then we have our FCAC championship competition and our state championship February 1st and March 1st. So we do 6 competitions from now till March 1st.
And then when you go from the competition to FCAC, is there states? Is there a level above? What does FCAC is?
So it's different. It's not like all the other sports. So we all just go to FCACs. Everyone in the FCAC goes to FCAC, and then you just place there wherever you place. And then it doesn't have any that doesn't matter about states or anything like that. We just go to states and we compete against all the other double L schools, and we just place in the state.
Yeah. I remember going to, I think it was an FCAC event we went to last year, and the energy, I think it was Danbury High School, right? Was it Danbury High School?
Yeah.
The energy around those events are insane.
It's insane.
It really is. Because naturally you guys every cheer team is already up, very high energy. Yeah. And you put them all in one space and you get
unbelievable.
that.
It's unbelievable.
It
and
really
really you are taken to a totally different place. When our team is on the mat, none of us are in our reality. It's wild how those 2 minutes and 30 seconds can take everyone to a totally different place.
Yeah. It's amazing. And I know that, we came here today to kind of highlight a little bit shoulder check. And for our audience, I know it's going to get postponed, but I still want to talk about, what shoulder check is.
Yeah.
And the emphasis you are putting with your team and overall in the school about the mental health. So can you expand on what that event's going to be and what it all represents?
Yeah. So Shoulder Check it's a local organization. Really promotes mental health. It's out of Darien, and it promotes mental health and really just checking in on not only teammates but just humans in general, and how simple it is for just a small check-in, how that could make the biggest difference for anyone. And so obviously, I brought this approach to our team,
Right.
and because it is a hockey-based organization, I was
Right.
like, okay, how are we going to make this work for cheerleading? And so at the end of every practice, we would huddle up, we would, break on whatever we're breaking on, and then I would say, okay, now you have to hug someone next to you and tell them good job, kind of like they're checking in.
Gotcha.
So kind of making the contact a little different for cheerleading. But really just how easy it is to be like, oh, I'm just checking in on you. And it's funny because, even last year when I started, whenever I message the girls after practice or on the weekend, I usually start with, hey, I'm just checking in, seeing how you're feeling or seeing, how the test went or whatever. And then when I saw this on Instagram, I was like, oh, that's what I do anyway. This is perfect.
You check in.
Yeah.
You check in. Yeah.
So I hope it resonates with the girls, and then they can spread that out into the community, because really that's how I start every message with them is, hey, I'm just checking in, and it makes a difference.
And in mental health, I think it's always coming to the forefront, right? Because there's a stigma around it that if you're seeking for help mentally, you're somehow less than or weak.
Yes.
How do you deal with that within your own team?
We are very, I don't want to say open, but we're very comfortable with each other and talking about when we're struggling, or if we're struggling. People know kind of how to engage with people when they see they're having a hard time within the team. And so someone may notice something that I don't notice, but they'll let me know, hey, this person's having a rough day because X, Y, and Z, so they're kind of not themselves. And I think that's a culture that we've created amongst our team, and it really works well. Because, you have to be a person before you can be an athlete. You have to be a person before you can be a student. So before anything, we have to be people, we have to be humans, and all of our human, functions need to be in check before we can do anything beyond that. So I think our culture on our team is really good at checking in on each other.
Yeah, and I mean, that's a big part of what we do at Prep Zone. I always end with be kind.
Yeah.
Right? Because I always feel like, everyone's fighting a battle we don't know anything about.
Yeah.
And that's, if you don't know, that's why I say be kind all the time, because I always had this in my heart where, everyone is going through something. You don't know what it is.
Yes.
And when as a position of a coach, you guys get to see that firsthand.
Yeah. Yeah, you just reminded me, it's amazing. As a coach, we are in a position where we have standards for our athletes, right? And we do have to hold them to certain standards and hold them accountable for, whatever X, Y, and Z are. But I make sure that at the end of every message or every conversation I have with them, I'm always ending it with make someone else smile today, or go be the reason someone else smiles, or send me a video of you telling someone else something kind.
Yeah.
Just because, even though in the moment, what we're having a conversation about seems negative or bad or, it's upsetting, it can't ruin your whole day. It can't, we have to be able to be this is a moment and we're going to make someone else's day better.
Yeah, and go through it, right?
Exactly.
Because everyone goes through it differently.
Yeah.
All right, it's great. I mean, we're not going to have the event on this Monday, but as soon as you guys, we got it, we're going to advertise for everyone, make sure we're there, we support it. It's going to be great.
Yeah.
And before I let you go, I want to talk, you come to as many basketball games as we do, because you guys are always here.
Yeah.
What do you think about these guys?
Amazing. I told the girls last week, I said, I think we're going to be going to a state championship with this team. And then I was like, do we have enough money in our budget for a coach bus? So it's been an awesome basketball season, and we're so lucky. And, football season, incredible. We really are just the luckiest group of cheerleaders, I think in the state.
They're getting right here.
Yeah.
They're getting us right here. Yeah.
I think we're the luckiest group of cheerleaders in the state because of the game day, atmosphere that we have and the culture around game day that Staples has. So we love it. I love it. So
That was really great. Okay, give me a prediction for tonight's game.
a score?
Yeah.
All right, hold on. I need to think. I'm seeing like a 73 to like 44.
73 to 4. That's Coach
Wow.
Berti's prediction. All right, Coach, thanks so much for joining
Thank
us.
you.
All right,
Thanks.
we'll be right